The letter reads, "The drivers that were assigned to the truck to bring my issue and return with the 105 that is presently with me found it difficult to bring said weapon. According to them, they complained about the bad condition of the road based on experience from Gwanga. Even after so many pleads to them, we were to no compromise, and they seemed to be non-cooperative. However, I will try my possible best to send my 10-tire truck for rice." 10-10-92. From the office of the CIC to the office of a brother. I am hereby sending the bearer, Captain Victor Harris, with the below listed materials for any operations at hand. There are more rooms for more to come. The list: 1 BZT A. I was scheduled to come myself, but I am not too bright at health. Because of insufficient arms for Connor, my boys are not able to hold up the ground at Connor, but the hope is at hand just within a short time. The following materials are presently in dying needs for smooth operations in my area. They are: 1. LAR rounds, 2. RPG rockets and TNT, 3. AK rounds 47 and any others. I hope to be with you within the period of 1 week. The letters were signed by Sanko and bore the stamp of the RUF. The letters also showed evidence that on some occasions at least, the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, was being used by Foday Sanko to send messages to the NPFL and Charles Taylor in Liberia. 4-12-92. From the office of the CIC to a brother. May I first of all inform you that my artillery boys made a plane to crash 20 miles from the Guinean border on the 15th of November 1992. For your information also, I am glad to inform you that my men burnt down one war tank in Kono on December 1st, 1992. There is a great progress presently. My main problem now is arms with special reference to AK. Had it not been the problems of arms, the whole corner would have been under our full control now. Within the next few days, you will obviously receive a communication by BBC from me about the progress of the war. I have also made it positively possible to get a supply route for our men in Zimi. This statement was confirmed yesterday on Focus from BBC, December 3rd, 1992. We have received encouraging reports from all front lines of my territories. At this moment, I am still reminding you to cope with my problems as previously discussed. That letter was also signed by Foday Sanko and bore the stamp of the RUF. To what extent did the BBC know it was being used in this way? Well, at the height of his intransigence over the election palaver in Liberia, Charles Taylor was very often on the BBC. Some leaders of ECOWAS, the West African community, were indignant. At best, they saw it as an irritant. At worst, they blamed the BBC for overexposing an undependable, capricious and discredited Liberian rebel leader by giving him what a British Prime Minister once called the oxygen of publicity. What these letters may show is that if the BBC was naive in giving almost unlimited access to a leader who was prosecuting the world's most brutal war, he, Charles Taylor, and his puppet Foday Sanko were making the BBC an accessory to their indiscriminate massacres, to their tortures and decapitations, to the pain, the tears and the sadness of thousands who have lost family or property, who have been physically disabled, or have gone through deep suffering as refugees or displaced people. In spite of all this, Charles Taylor's military backbone was finally broken. The United Nations declared sanctions against the NPFL because of Charles Taylor's refusal to honor some 12 agreements. ECOMOG, the West African peacekeeping force, was empowered to go on the offensive. With jet planes and tenacious fighting men, NPFL positions in Liberia were pounded and RUF positions in Sierra Leone were attacked.
I think he should realize that he's losing and that he's not popular within the Liberian, population, and as such, he's fighting a losing battle. And if he should just allow himself to be disarmed and encamped and allow, free and fair elections to be held in Liberia, I think peace would once more return to that war-torn country.
But since July 18, I've been missing my people there. I just came alone with my friends there, stopping with friends. I don't know, I don't have nobody. I'm waiting to go back Monrovia to find my people. So I'm really requesting for peace. I want to see my people. I lose my family and things. I don't know where they are. So I'm requesting for peace so I can see my family.
You came down here with nothing at all?
Yes.
No money?
No money.
No possessions?
No possession.
On Sunday, the 25th of July, 1993, in the West African state of Benin, Charles Taylor's NPFL signed yet another agreement for peace in Liberia, prepared by the United States and approved by other parties in the conflict. ECOWAS scored a major success. Time had begun to run out for Foday Sankoh long before the latest peace agreement was conceived. The Sierra Leone army had had a hard time initially with the RUF because no war of this magnitude and nature had ever been fought in the world. The rebels were high on drugs. They killed with extreme brutality. So the soldiers of Sierra Leone had to learn by trial and error. Some of the errors were very costly indeed. Many died. But they learned fast. Once the lessons were digested, Foday Sankoh's battlements began to fall like dominoes.
Advance!
This amateur video was taken as a contingent of the Sierra Leone army prepared for one of their sorties against RUF positions in the eastern part of the country. They are in the Kailahun district, Foday Sankoh's last post. Their final destination is Pendembu. They will pass some liberated towns and villages on the way. Morale is high. But all it takes to cause an upset is one rebel lurking in thick bush and staging an ambush.
Get down, gentlemen. Get down. Yo. You concentrate on that. And you. Just start stage. Let nobody now move until you give order. Nobody should move until you are giving the order. Let them go inside the fucking bush. They want make law get casualty at this place. Hey. Move.
Quel plateau commandant, elle ne passe.
Non, Allez, calme.
Pass me, take me home.
Lá alguma checa de comissão e fica aí.
Yo. Today be taking easy. Call some man and then beside this car. Stand up. This car. You should stand up. Okay, I'm here. Body to body. And a woman has to play. Okay, wait. Una put it on it. Una put it also. Give back. Una wait, go ali.
Let go.
Go before small. Maybe I'm more to the guy.
Well, one.
We're going to chase them. Good thing.
Well, I see some arrow.
Yes, I mean, they run go before.
They run go by Kailang.
Yes. They don't choose themselves Kailang today. Before they go ready.
Hold on. Are they motorists? Where are the flag meant to now? Yes, 9 ping these doors, sir. Now 2 bomb the way he be. Now 2 the other are the danger parties.
Well, they tell you, but they want if we don't get just let things don't home.
No go to the other code.
Okay.
What is that? Give me for take out from the old I know this.
Place this one when them plants there, but when the jets come, he decide for them, they all inside.
Them they try for the under team.
They're all inside.
They be the team, they all don't die.
Don't you all don't cover them. So they just tell them so pass them, then now they head for Kailang.
Yeah,
yeah.
They there? One walk there.
They're not there, they're not there.
Now you got for make you sir.
Yeah.
Look, the place is cracked.
Oh, il a
Quoi?
Là, il a.
Like Pete. Like Diamond Pete.
Because Diamond, yeah, Diamond, they are sick. Never believe. Yeah, most of them most inside.
And I play.
We got our old man. You see the liar?
Bombardé, I like all to jet.
Well long.
Voilà que tu supportes.
Bon, et crack the gun.
The money they sell for you. They like some money.
The money there.
The money here, man.
No, no, for plan. Well done.
I'm 59, Shebuma 32 and a half, Kerema 55 miles.
Yeah, now we'll go die there. Not die.
I'll put you back this
What are the feds for? What are the feds now for? Huh? What are the feds now for? They say I know how it is government. We don't overthrow it is government. Now Nprc now. Now don't boy government.
Fuck your hell. What the hell junction? Where am I be the trade for it?
Don't man the fucker.
Look the junction. At the junction, you say the man be the trade for it. Eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we don't reach this so.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Put a low class.
Let them know that you launch this
Go shell. Overhead.
Overhead. Today, the advance will go Kailang.
When they by
Kailang, Buyedu.
Kailang se pa
Jenga. You got everybody run more slow.
This one is a rebel. And the middle one another checkpoint. That part of that is this one, now we are going on that part. This one here, is accepting a rebel. Are you? A real rebel, this one.
What's your name?
What's your name? Alaji.
Who's that, Jane? How much money do you every day? How much money? Where
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Where you?
On the track. They say that there be two bodies.
Give me this. Okay, like.
Never lie. Let no laugh to me.
Advance, bro, advance. Yeah, man.
Let's come back. If you don't take
Oh, what about me, guy?
It's going to possibly the battalion helicopter. Let him just decide that the battalion should move.
The battalion commander has already created his.
This is going to be a battalion helicopter now.
In the background, the battle is over for now. People are dancing, tired warriors. They are not just sitting behind the desk.
Please, whoever the program, you don't even put him on there. We're happy. They were pulling out. No? You don't know. They're not liberated.
A year ago, I was talking to you for the documentary Nightmare in Paradise, just after you'd taken over, at a time when morale in the army was very low. Lots of complaints came, which we documented in Nightmare in Paradise. How has morale changed in the army now?
Well, as a matter of fact, things has considerably changed. I've been dispatching a number of morale boosters up to the front, and salaries, uniforms, these are all problems that we are addressing. And morale is relatively high now up at the front, and this is why we have been making some considerable success in some of the operational areas. Things are considerably a lot more improved, than they were before we came in.
I hear soldiers are actually asking to go to the front now, as opposed to before when they were scared, because there are incentives now, extra allowances for people. Is that true?
Yeah, certainly. We have instituted risk allowances for even soldiers operating up at the war front when we came in. These are all incentives, to the men who are actually doing the fighting up at the front.
This is where Fode Sanko and Charles Taylor had their rendezvous when the going was good. Sierra Leone is separated from Liberia by the Mano River. All either man would have had to do was cross this Mano River Union Bridge. The combined might of Sierra Leone's army and the West African peacekeeping force ECOMOG, plus ULIMO, a Liberian force opposed to Charles Taylor, brought the curtain down on them. This is the casing of a 12.7 bullet for an anti-aircraft gun used by the rebels. The rebels had thousands of rounds of this AA bullet. So Major Cisse, when was this Mano River Union Bridge taken by Sierra Leone forces?
The Mano River Bridge was recaptured by government troops on the 23rd of February, 1993.
This is the natural border between Sierra Leone and Liberia?
Sure.
All right. So we're on the Sierra Leone side now?
Yes.
Which is over this end?
Yes, sure, this side.
Yeah, this side. What's the name of this village on the Sierra Leone side of the bridge?
It is called Jendema.
Jendema?
Jendema.
Okay, and what about this other side?
It is called Bo Waterside. Bo.
What is that?
Yeah,
so do Liberians live across the bridge on the other side there? Sure. Where we can see now?
Yeah, yes, they're staying there with their families across the bridge, on their own side.
On their own side?
Yes.
So I can see a checkpoint there. So from that checkpoint beyond it, there are Liberians, because that is Liberia we're looking at.
Sure. There are a lot of Liberians after the checkpoint.
So you're pretty secure right here now?
We're very, very secure here.
What is the morale among troops now?
The morale among our own men is very high.
And why do you think so?
Because they feel they are secured, and they feel they have been taken care of properly. They are well kitted. They have enough rations. They have at least their own weapons to fight with.
They have good weapons now?
For sure.
Last year, the weapons we saw were very old. The soldiers didn't have proper equipment. Some of them didn't even have fatigue uniforms and all that. Is that all gone now?
That's all vanished now. See, every soldier is well kitted and well fed.
They have their boots?
Armed. Yes.
Some were fighting last year, they were fighting with slippers.
Yes.
But now they have boots. They all have boots.
All of them have boots now.
Yeah. What about those like you who are here far away from the city and all that? Do they get their money? They get supplies regularly?
We get our supplies regularly. The paymaster comes twice a month to pay, and, so that's no obstacle at all.
Do they have any activities, sports or something?
Well, yes, we play volleyball in the evening, play a little bit of basketball and handball.
So what's the feeling about the year of the NPRC? I mean, has there been a change in the mood of fighting soldiers of Sierra Leone in the past 1 year of the NPRC government in Sierra Leone?
There's been a remarkable change, since the NPRC came into power. So now the fighting capability of the soldiers has increased immensely. So they no longer have to wait for the ration for weeks. The rations come in time, and everything is just quite in place.
So they're all happy?
We're all happy.
Including Major Sise?
Everybody.
So who lives here now? There's locals in the village. Who are they? Are they relatives of the soldiers, or are they local people?
Some of them are the locals who used to live here.
So they still remain?
Sure.
I see. What do they say? I mean, they must have survived the rebel attack. What do they tell you? How have they managed to cope with the rebels?
Well, they tell us that it was not easy. It used to be very tough with them. They take their food, they take their clothing, they take whatever little bit of, thing they have from them. So they were living a miserable life.
So they must be pleased to see you.
Very, very pleased.
So what about the soldiers that are here now? How have they been treating her? What did she say?
They are very friendly.
The soldiers are very friendly.
Yeah, they're
nice.
Yes.
What does he understand by the NPRC, what the NPRC wants to do for the country?
What NPRC long way came west.
Want to bring
happiness to the country.
Happiness?
Yeah.
They want to bring happiness to the country?
Yeah.
Why?
Beba. See the way. Momo government is here. We are doing all of.
So NPRC are going to go, man.
Time of NPRC now. Say thanks to God.
Okay. Let him tell us why he says that the NPRC is good. What good has it done for them?
But NPRC Pia where we go. Yeah, between.
Well, they say to change my conditions are changing, man.
There are a lot of changes going on.
In this place or in the country?
The whole world. I mean, the whole country. Yes.
The whole country?
Yeah, the country
there's changes?
Yes.
All right. And is he, what does he feel about that? Is he happy?
Very happy.
This is where people who were leaving or entering Sierra Leone were processed. I wonder where she is. Nothing survived here, not even the toilet. Life seems so relaxed here. I asked to cross the bridge to the Liberian side and meet the fighters who are in control there. No problem, says Major Sise. Hooray! For the first time in my life, I don't need a passport or a visa to enter another country. Oh Lord, why can't it be so easy all the time? So Captain Quea, we are on the Liberian side now of the Mana River Union Bridge. What's the name of this town?
Waterside.
Waterside. Now, the Sierra Leoneans under Major Sise captured their side in February, on the 23rd of Feb. When did you get to the side?
We got this side when ECOMO was pull out their buffer zone before.
So that's long before that?
Yes, we were here, we pull up defenses at the border side. But on the 18th of February, RUF launched attack on us. At that time, they were hit from Pujon end. The force were on there, so they were running to come back. So they hit us, and we ourselves retaliated back. They all fought from on the 18th until on the 23rd when Major Sise then came to Bojanema.
So when the Sierra Leone army came to capture this place, you were already in control of this side?
I was in full control of both waters, sir.
Okay. So what's it like now? I mean, is there normal activity in this town now?
where life is coming back to normal in this place. As you can see, we commence school. School is going on. The market start.
The market is started. There's a school here as well.
School. The people just coming from school, as you can see.
School is just finished today.
Yes.
For today. And there are teachers as well in the school. So things are normal.
Things are normal here.
Okay. Okay. So you get along very well with your guys across the border, with Major Cisse here?
Yes, we got no problem there. Our brothers. We are on the side. We are Gorilla for but they have that legitimate government on their side. But we are on this side. But we understand one another.
That's good. So people cross back and forth without any problems?
No problem. If you have your brother that you want to go visit, you can go there and visit your brother and come right back.
So I can go over there, visit my brother or my relatives?
If you like to spend 2 or 3 days there, you go there and do it.
So anybody can go across and back as long as they're not rebels?
No rebels around here.
That's good. So everything's fine?
Everything.
Right, Major Cisse?
Sure.
That's quite right?
Yeah.
Fine. What do you guys say? Everything all right here? Huh?
Yes, sir.
No problems?
No problem, sir.
Yeah?
You're sick, man. You're going to answer.
You can answer now.
They're not answering properly. Are you hungry?
No, sir.
No, sir.
You're not
No
hungry?
problem.
No problem, sir.
All right.
But you have no problems here?
No problem.
No rebels?
No rebels.
Well, we can try to come across there.
Only women?
No.
Huh?
Sir.
And girlfriends? Back to the Sierra Leone side in a matter of seconds. First, we make a trip through the army barracks. Actually, we are chasing the smell of rice and stew. But before the meal, a sterling performance by Major Cisse and the Mano River Union border stars. Charles Taylor and Fode Sanko also succeeded in passing a life sentence on a number of fine Sierra Leonean fighters who had dared to stand up to them. Some of these unfortunate people are here at the 34 Military Hospital in Freetown. They belong to the Sierra Leone Army and to ECOMOG, the West African Peacekeeping Force. They were either injured in fighting or ambushed and had to be brought here for treatment. This man is a Kamajong hunter. From a few feet away, a rebel shot at this side of his face to punish him. He spent 11 days in the bush, with maggots already feasting on this shattered face before he was rescued. His face is stiffening now as the wounds heal, and he cannot use his lips well anymore. He needs cosmetic surgery. There is none available in Sierra Leone.
Stop, you do so.
This is Lieutenant Umaru Farmer. He is lucky. 4 of his men died in an ambush in Kailahun district. Tomorrow, one of his eyes will be removed. Lance Corporal Arthur Senesi may have to have both eyes taken out. He sees nothing. Fragments from a rocket-propelled grenade got into his eyes at Pujehun. This fellow is in his early teens. He does not yet know what it will mean to spend the rest of his life on one leg. He does not yet know what jobs he will be unable to do, where he will be unable to go, or how odd he will look in public. No more football, no more running, no more normal life. This young man was struggling on the floor of the truck during an ambush when the rebels threw a grenade into it. He couldn't get away quickly enough. Fragments from the grenade explosion tore into his gum and left it hanging out. By the time the doctors put it back, he had lost 21 teeth. You may say they don't have much to be cheerful about, but ask for a few tricks and you will get them. This is Maradona, for example, shaping up for football after he is discharged. These men say that the Nprc has brought improved conditions here and a new enthusiasm among doctors and nursing staff. As a result, many legs that could have been amputated are now being saved. Life goes on. And no session is allowed to end here without a song saying thank you to God. These trapped citizens of Sierra Leone only started returning home from Liberia after the Mana River Union Bridge and other areas along that border region were rendered safe. Their first stop, once inside the border, is this town, Zimi. Most of these people are short-term residents. They will move on soon, as hundreds have already done, as soon as they have rested, located their villages, and are assisted to get there. Today, the major in charge of the local army headquarters at Zimi has called a meeting of the residents so they could tell me about their condition, past and present. The vast majority, women and children, arrive here with nothing whatsoever. Life has to start all over again. In true Sierra Leonean tradition, I start by saying hello in their language, Mende.
Majority in here at the time here, presently, they are coming from Liberia. From different angles of the country. They all came down because of the rebels, the rebels drove them out because they were being killed, pursued after for their lives. So they went across to Liberia. They are just returning. Majority here are not residents of this place.
So most of these people here are just stopping by for the time being?
Yes, sir.
And then after that, they're going to go to their various villages?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when they come here, In what condition are they when they get in here from Liberia?
Some are very, very miserable, sometimes sickly. Now the Red Cross have to take care of them immediately.
One of you works for the Red Cross, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
Who does? You work for the Red Cross?
I'm Patiskawa.
Okay. You work for the Red Cross?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you do for them when they come?
When the people get here, I take the immediate care for them because the people, the Red Cross team, they only come 1, 2, 3 days, then they go back. They visit here, but I have been made a based agent for them. When the people come from Liberia, the returnees, I receive them, give them the first feeding, refer them to their clinic.
There's a clinic here in Zimi, is there?
Yes, but not much is being done. It's just first aid clinic. So if there's much to be done, we refer them.
Okay.
Of course.
So is there food here for people who are coming who are on their way? Hmm? Do they get food here? People who are passing through?
No. I have an answer to that. What we give them is only very much inadequate. Because if you can give an individual a cup per day to keep the life up.
A cup of what?
Rice.
Okay.
To keep them up until what they can get. And they live on friends, on relatives. So we are actually suffering food-wise.
We used to get to the bush chasing for food, yes. Actually.
You go to the bush to,
yes,
to surrounding villages,
yes, sir.
To ask for food?
Yes, sir.
And did they help?
No, okay, because they have nothing. Even those people who are staying in the surrounding villages, they are living in the same mode of formation. Yes. You see? I see. In fact, the day we crossed here, we were over 2,000. And by the time we crossed, 2, 3 civilians were killed. Die at the same point. Unless the major here sent a vehicle, provide a vehicle in order to be transporting the people right to Zimi. Okay. Because of sickness.
What about the way life has been here in Zimi over the past year?
Oh, since the army took over, the security is no problem. Everything is settled, the army side. No problem. We are secure.
Have you had any problem with rebels since the army came here, since the coup took place last year?
Well, the only problem we get since the army take over here, the food problem and medical facility, education, all is poor. No help.
So it seems that they all agree with you.
Of course.
The food. Yes. Now we've had 1 year of the government.
Yes.
Have you experienced any change
yes.
in this country and in your life in this
yes,
1 year?
Yes, a lot of changes. Because a month before the Nprc took over, the price of rice was very high in this country. They were selling rice 1 cup for 200 leones in Kanima. So during in April, the same April, so when Nprc took over, that was the first thing they did. The price was fixed, 9,000 leones.
So they brought the price down?
Yes.
And fixed it like that?
And even now, this is how we are buying the rice.
So the rice has remained the same price
as since, they said,
for a whole year since the Nprc took over?
Yes.
Okay. You're satisfied with that?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. What else can you tell me?
There's a lot of things. But what we are now appealing to you people, we are appealing to you now to have mercy on us, because we don't have even good houses here, and we are lack of schools, food. Because the Red Cross now took only the Red Cross take only 1 month to feed us, and even medical affairs. There is no good medicine. Right. Even some of our brothers are dying here with no cholera. There is a cholera right now around this area. Some are dying. Even yesterday, some of them died. Okay. Because the food the CRS is giving us now, we are not used to it.
You're not used to it?
No, it's burger.
Okay.
And this is the only time.
All right, let me ask you a question. Okay. Those civilians who were able to escape the rebel onslaught and head for the capital, Freetown, some 200 miles away, have had an equally rough time. Today, with an amateur cameraman, I am paying a visit to the Alton Hope School for Displaced Children. The school is located on land which is owned by Miss Julie Finney.
We started on the 18th of January 1993, this very year, with 2 children and 2 teachers. But as the displaced children were around from Kono and other rebel areas, so they joined us, and I did welcome them with 15 teachers. And the role grew up to 500 plus, but now we are about 400 plus with 15 teachers still.
The nursery section are okay for shelter, but for the rest of the 500-strong school, there is none.
It's a lovely day now. The sun is shining, they're outdoors, they sound cheerful, and it looks all right. But we're in the middle of the rainy season in Sierra Leone. What happens when it rains?
Well, this is what we have been wondering about, even the teachers and the children. We have been praying to God and benevolent spirit to provide us something so that we can have at least a temporary shelter for the children. Because since the rains have already started, we have been having some breakdowns. For example, yesterday we came to school, we had nowhere to sit. We all had to cluster in Miss Finney's parlor and did some damages there. After the rain ceased a bit, everybody had to go home under the rain. So we are praying that some kind people, organizations, NGOs, anybody all over the world to assist us so that we can have shelter, because we are still here with over 500 displaced children.
One community that's concerned about its reputation in the new Sierra Leone is the Lebanese. Their ambassador, Fawzi Fawaz, has been working hard on their image because some Lebanese businessmen have been accused of helping previous governments to swindle the nation's wealth. He thinks that's an unfair criticism.
That time we were dealing with the government who were in the power in that time. That's it.
But Zohair Kudsi, who descends from both the Afro and the Lebanese communities, says a few bad eggs should not ruin the reputation of the others.
We shouldn't allow the culprit to eclipse the good image of the majority of the Lebanese or the achievement of this great majority of the Lebanese. We should, I think they should deal with them so that the good work of the majority will reflect on the image eventually.
Yesterday, there was an APC nightmare. Today, there is an NPRC sunrise.
I'm Joseph Anthony Lamboy. I'm an ex-serviceman. I was conscripted from school to the army. I went to Burma, I fought in the Second World War. I returned to this country. I've seen what the NPRC have done for the past 1 year. I'm satisfied. I went to Burma, but what the people have done in this country, I'm quite satisfied with it. I'm so happy about it.
For a great many people like Mr. Lamboy, the one aspect of the NPRC's rule that smacks of a true revolution is the dramatic surge of enthusiasm by the youths. They went into action to beautify and help their country.
When we took over, it was when and after the creation of this department by the chairman, we went around on a tour talking to various youth groups. And as a start, I told them that as a government, we cannot mobilize them as such. And they agreed that to show to us that they're really willing and they're ready to work, they will start off by beautifying their areas. And I can tell you, within a couple of weeks, Freetown as a whole had a complete facelift.
The main man behind these murals is prison officer Alusain Bangura.
I do this historical painting to educate the young scholars of this country.
So you taught yourself to paint?
Yes, I teach myself.
It's a mystery.
You've put a smile on the faces of Sierra Leoneans inside 1 year. If I came back next year at this time, at the end of your second year, do you think the smile would be broader?
I think it would be a laugh this time.